Hello and welcome back to the Rough Cut Golf Podcast. Before we get into the show, we just want to talk to you about today's sponsor, which is NordVPN. Now, Jacob, we travel all over the world.
We do.
Which is wonderful.
It's excellent.
It's a privilege and a joy. However, when I get to another place in the world and I still want to be able to watch the new series of Last of Us.
Yeah, that's just come out. Yeah,
that's just come out, which is excellent. Spoiler in 1, 2, 3. Whoa. However, when I get there and I want to watch it, I need to use my VPN in order to tell my computer that I'm back in the UK so that my app will allow me to watch it.
Exactly, yeah.
And NordVPN is excellent for that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's super cheap as well, which makes it perfect. Literally a cup of coffee.
A cup of coffee?
Yeah, take that away. You drink way too much coffee anyway.
Yeah.
So just take one less and then buy the VPN. And then when you go to Portugal today, you can watch The Last of Us.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
It's perfect.
The other thing is that when I was using it to watch the Masters coverage, the US Masters coverage in the UK,
okay,
I was baffled by how quick it was.
Yeah.
It was so... I logged in using my login. I then clicked Atlanta. I told it I was in Atlanta.
Yep.
And instantly, all of the internet sites I were using instantly thought I was in America, which was great because I got to watch the right coverage in the right place, protected. No one can steal your information. It's so sick. So this is the best way to do it. The best way to get the discount is to use our NordVPN link. If you go to nordvpn.com/roughcut or the link in the description, you will get 4 extra months when you buy a 2-year plan. There's no risk as well because it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the description. We use it. You should use it. It's the best. On with the show.
Sometimes golf is a pain in the butt. You hit your ball in the trees and then you lip out the putt. But if you've got a little time, then come and spend it with us, 'cause now you're listening to the Rough Cut.
Hello, and the third time hello. Welcome to the 124th episode, I think now.
Wow.
We're getting in some big numbers now.
This is kind of reflective of a normal handicapper's scorecard.
Yeah, this is my first ever round of golf. 124, I'd have taken that.
Yeah.
There's only 2 voices on here today. We're joined by myself, Jacob, and I'm with Mick.
I'm joined by Jacob, and I'm Mick.
Thank you for being here with me. It's always a pleasure.
Well, listen, we were going to have all of this conversation in the office anyway, so we thought may as well film it.
Just talk to our friends on the internet.
There we go.
Absolutely. We are both in Manchester right now in the office, but you are heading off to Portugal in about X amount of hours. I don't know, what, 6-7 hours?
Yeah, I'm probably editing this on the plane.
The life of a YouTube videographer and editor.
Oh God, it's such a hard life. I'm flying to
shocking.
Portugal and editing my podcast at the same time.
Yeah, we've got some, well, I say some fun videos, a singular fun video coming from that trip, but it should be really cool. Another one with Golf Breaks, our wonderful friends over there that look after us so excellently.
It will be my first Golf Breaks trip. So I'm very excited to meet everyone.
Yeah, no, it'll be good fun. You go to Portugal quite a lot.
I do, yeah. It's a
home away from home.
It is a little bit of a home away from home. Yeah, I'm really excited. I've got a couple of weeks booked there in August as well. So it's going to be a lot of golfy wolfy, which is going to be good. The reason that it's only me and Jacob is because Kieran is already in Portugal.
Yeah,
because he's just been on holiday and is meeting us there for the filming trip. And Peter Finch is currently playing in a competition right now.
Yeah. Comp season is well and truly underway.
It is underway, which we're going to talk to you guys about because some things have been happening, which is good. We're also going to talk about the Zurich Classic a little bit, not so much the golf and the results, because based on what we saw on round 1 and round 2, we kind of knew that Novak and Finch were going to win because they were just unreal.
Yeah.
But first, we're going to talk about TGL and the potential ladies edition.
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken quite a bit about TGL on the podcast and how successful it was in its first iteration, but then also moving forward, like what they could do. And I think this is kind of like the most obvious addition that could come for next year. There's been rumours and they've been saying that they want to introduce a women's team, multiple teams, a new league, which however way they go about it. Yeah. And then they're also thinking as well about adding someone else into the men's as well. But we want to kind of focus on the women's for now. Because obviously off the back of the Chevron, which was the first major of the year, I think women's golf as well has now sort of started and kicked into full flow again, much like the Masters have done for the men's. So it was, I kind of watched more of that than I did the Zurich, to be honest with you. and you kind of there's enough characters there. There's enough people that you think that if you got these guys or girls, in fact, together, that it would be actually really interesting to watch. And I think again another iteration and a great addition to bringing more eyes onto the women's game and for the younger audience as well, like younger girls and wanting to watch TGL with their favourite women athletes playing as well.
Yeah.
So is there like any people that you think in your mind that would work perfectly for this?
There definitely are. I think you're right when it comes down to them being a huge opportunity for TGL. I mean, from the beginning, you know, that must have been on their minds that, yes, they can bring in some of these great, you know, guys from the men's game to come and launch it, but they've got to get the ladies tours involved, because there's like, if they don't, they're eliminating like half their target audience.
Sure.
And with, you know, things like women's football going absolutely mad this year and last year, and, you know, building, there's definitely got to be some way for them to get these great lady golfers into the women's golfers into the TGL. I think the people that I want to see are very similar to the people that you would want to see with regards to good golf and entertainment. Mm-hmm. Shall we just quickly talk, though, about the Chevron?
Sure, yeah.
Mao Saigo won. Didn't watch barely any. I saw some highlights. However, the big story, congratulations, Mao. Well done. You're a major winner, which is excellent. But the big story, I think, is Lexi Thompson. Because...
Yeah. You're back again.
You're back. So I thought she retired. Didn't she retire?
She
retired 2 years ago.
She did.
And she was like, not playing golf.
Yeah.
And now she's unretired and she's back challenging. On days 1 and 2, she was like right up the top of the leaderboard, and she finished T14, which is the same place that Nelly Korda, the best player in the world, and Minjee Lee, obviously excellent also, and very young and upcoming, finished. So does that mean that Lexi Thompson's like back now?
I mean, I don't see why not. I think she must have just sort of like had this time off, realised that when she rolled out of bed in the morning, her body was still fine and she can still do this.
Yeah.
Because she's still so young.
So weird.
She came onto the scene so early. It was like 14. She played in like the first US Open. It's just absolutely nuts.
And oh my God, I saw that her record got broken as well.
For
someone, didn't an 11-year-old play in the US Open
wow.
last year, which is absurd.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's good for the women's game because she is a character. Mm-hmm. She's a well-known character. She's obviously made the transition into the men's game as well when she played a couple of the event last year, a couple of years ago. So she's a figure that everyone knows and represents the women's game so well. So it's excellent to see her back. It's just if she's back, or if she just decides, is it like, can she get up for the majors and then, you know, Brooks Koepkering it a bit.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
It's a great, but I think, it's a good analogy actually. Yeah, she's just going to turn out for the majors and just absolutely smash it. I think what was interesting was that earlier in the year, she posted on Instagram a what looked like a grindy range session.
Right.
Lots of divots, lots of vots. And the caption was, retired from full time, get it right.
Right.
So what that means in my head is that she's retired from like the full-time tour traveling life.
Yes.
But she's not retired from golf.
Yeah.
That wasn't what it sounded like when she retired.
Really not what it sounded
but
like.
Listen, if she can still do it, which she clearly can, more power to her. Let's go out there and smash it.
You can't even call that retiring, can you?
Nah.
I'm just what's the like
Tiger.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But like in just like everyday walk of life, like I'm retired Tuesday to Sunday, but I'll come in on a Monday if you want.
Yeah, I think it's like a teacher, like retiring from full time and just becoming a sub.
I'll just teach math.
Yeah,
but I'm not touching science again.
Nah, never.
Yeah,
no more frogs.
I'm just going to walk out of period 4 because I don't want to do it.
Do you remember dissecting a frog?
I don't think I did.
What did you dissect?
I don't think I did any dissecting.
What school did you go to?
Not a very good one, apparently.
Isn't your mum the teacher there?
No, well, at the primary school.
No. You didn't just dissect any animals. We did frog, definitely.
I don't remember.
We may even have done sheep's heart.
Oh. Maybe we dabbled in a heart. I don't know.
I can't remember.
No, I can't remember. But then you feel like that's something you would remember. Sticking a knife into an organ.
for the second time. What was your favourite subject at school?
Oh,
And you can't pick PE.
yeah, I was going to say just PE's a bit.
Yeah.
Lads. Oh, I don't know. I did, even though I never really went further with it, I did really like history.
Okay.
I did really enjoy history.
Mm-hmm. Favourite war?
War of the Roses.
Oh, lovely.
Don't know.
Tell us more.
Yeah.
Hey, that's weird. Roseanne.
Oh, that's good. Should we go? Just let's just link that now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Skip the rest of...
Don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rebuttal with it. Just go.
Good. Okay, so Roseanne is on my list of the 4 players I think should be in the women's TGL team. If they bring a team, is it 5 or is it 4? It's 3 people to play.
It's 5, but no, 4, but 3 to play.
4 and 3 to play.
Yeah.
Okay, so this would be my team. Roseanne, she's like the up and coming. You need her. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves her. She's the best. Get Roseanne in. Brooke Henderson.
Okay.
Because having watched her, first of all, she has a very unconventional swing. Mm-hmm. She swings the hell out of the golf club. God, I don't know how she gets that kind of rotation to happen. And she's tiny as well. So, yeah, excellent swing. I'd love to watch her. Nelly Corder. Mm-hmm. Well, number
Need
1.
say more.
Just kind of stupid, makes sense. And then I'd like Charlie Hull. Yeah.
She's an obvious one for sure.
God,
I mean, for entertainment purposes, for as quality as well as a golfer, she makes perfect sense. I know that she isn't smoking anymore. Is that right? So they might. She can go in the building and hit a golf ball. She doesn't.
Yeah, the one thing we don't want if Charlie Hull joins TGL on the women's team is for her to accidentally burn down the SoFi Stadium.
Yep, which we've seen it's quite temperamental already.
It is. But yeah, she did say she was quitting smoking. I wonder how she's getting on.
I don't know how she's getting on. We need to drop her a message.
Yeah.
Because there was the clip, wasn't there, that her take these things away from me.
There was. In fact, here it is. And Charlie, if you're watching, if anyone sends you this, we'd love to know how you're getting on. We hope you're staying off the death sticks and concentrating on the big stick.
Nice. Yeah, really good.
Good.
Yeah, very, very good.
Love that.
I would add, you mentioned Minjee Lee.
Yes.
I think she's definitely up there. Lydia Ko is probably another one that you kind of chuck in there. There is so many good players that you could include, and also just there's so many ways they could go about this. We mentioned at the top of the show, you could just make a new league, you could just bring in loads of them, you could add a team into the current one, or you go as the Olympics have now introduced with the mixed side of things. Oh, so all these teams stay the same, but then
didn't even think about that.
Charlie Hull joins LA.
Okay.
And then there's sort of you have maybe Nelly and Charlie join LA, and then it's a 4v4 instead. So you sort of have Nelly and Charlie with Tommy and Sahith.
Okay, so do we watch any other team? Because that sounds so sick.
It sounds great, doesn't it?
As both of us being LA Golf Club fans, I would love to see Charlie Hull and Nelly Corder join.
I think there's a way you could do that as well, because obviously, even with alternate shot, you just make it that it goes women man, or that's the whole tactic of it. You can delegate, so you can and
have to hit 2 drives each or whatever.
You say it's not to say that these girls don't absolutely bomb it, because clearly, Charlie does, but there's going to be a little bit of a distance gap. Mm-hmm. But if Charlie still gets it out 300, that's obviously then you can have Tommy hitting in, and it's just there's ways you could go about it a bit more.
Yeah, maybe they have to add a percentage, a lie differential, like we have on the sim to the men's, so that they're kind of equal.
Yeah.
But then again, if you're going to just use it as a tactical play, then maybe they don't need to.
Yeah.
Listen, these women hit the ball real far and
very
real
far.
hard and real accurate, so I don't think they're going to struggle too much.
No.
But it would be very cool. We'd love to know your comments and your thoughts on TGL and whether they're going to bring in the LPGA players, whether they're going to bring in some creators for next season.
Yeah.
Let us know, who would you like to see? Put your perfect mixed team of 4 in the comments.
Cool.
Yeah?
Should we go for a quick little break now and then come back again?
Let's have a break.
All right, nice.
My favourite ads.
Yeah.
They're my favourite ads we've just seen there. That one.
I love ads. People hate them, but I love them.
That last one we had.
Yeah.
Wow. You're welcome, everyone. Let's talk about Peter Finch, because let's just check where he's up to, because he is currently playing in a comp. Still not entered his scores. Thanks so much, Andy Palmer, or whoever's supposed to be entering them for him.
Yeah, he's over at Ashton in Makerfield today.
Okay, ever played it?
I haven't.
Ever walked it?
Never been.
Never been.
Couldn't really tell you where it is, to be honest.
Oh.
Somewhere around Greater Manchester.
Yeah,
probably.
I'd say so.
I mean, it's PGA Lancs event, so
Gotta be.
You would think it would be in Lancashire.
Yep.
I think it's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
He's coming off the back of some good golf.
He is. Now, we're not going to give you all the details because, first of all, Fleetwood, his 7 under at Fleetwood course record, we spoke about last week. Mm-hmm. The 2 rounds...
Sorry, I just thought you were speaking about Tommy then. I just hear Fleetwood and I just...
Yeah, my brain just like, the hair and the beard.
I was like, he didn't play, Pete played.
Oh, yeah. Do you reckon he would have beaten Tommy Fleetwood on that day?
Yeah.
Look at the score.
Yeah, 7 under.
Yeah. And,
come on now.
You know, but now Tommy's got that new putter in the bag. Things could be different.
I
don't want to bring it up again, but it could be different.
I know, I'm with you.
We're living in a new world than we were 5 minutes ago. So that course record at Fleetwood Golf Club, his first event of the year, first actual event.
Yeah, proper. Yeah, proper PJ.
Yeah, because he played in the Pro-Am thing, then he beat the OG major lot.
Yep. With the cup, there we go. If you're watching on YouTube,
trophy. There we go.
Yep.
In fact, let's put it here.
Okay, it stays again.
Yeah, we're the champions today.
Fair enough.
Okay. And then he won that. And then his first actual event, he was 7 under at Fleetwood. But the next event was the Manchester Open, which we're not going to talk about in detail because it's going to be heavily featured in Quest for the Open episode 4, which Sam is editing right now.
Yes. Not this week, next week.
Correct.
Yeah. So look forward to that one coming out. It's an interesting one for sure. And obviously, the main thing with these Quest for the Opens is especially now, the competitions are kicking in.
This is just in the way.
Now that the competitions are properly kicking in and stuff, you will start to see a lot more of Pete playing in comps and sort of going through. Oh, that's fun.
What's happening here? That's on your laptop.
My laptop. 1 second. Take over for me.
I'm taking over. Yeah, the Quest for the Open series has had a little bit of not a muted start, but it's been very slightly different than we did last year. Our first episode last year was Pete's first comp, or Pete playing his chosen course for Quest for the Open, which is coming soon, by the way. We were in talks on Thursday and Friday about which course he's going to pick. He has got some options, and I think the outcome will surprise some people. It also won't surprise some others.
Yeah, I mean, it's an ongoing conversation. He hasn't kind of fallen on the one he wants yet, but there's sort of thoughts and feelings around what type of course we think is going to be best for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always gone under the thing of not wanting to play somewhere that the scores coming in are like the 6-7 unders to get in to open qualifying.
Yeah.
He's always kind of based it on let's go play somewhere and it's just grind. It's pars are going to get you in. And I've understood that because basically most of the courses that are up in this region that are local for regional qualifying are like that. Hesketh was like that. It was a warm but windy day.
Didn't 1 under or 2 under?
Yeah,
got you
it wasn't
in?
a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of the days...
I mean, Andy Carter almost did it, for God's sake.
A lot of the days and a lot of the qualifyings that I've been to that Pete's done since I've hit, it's all been like that. Real grind fest.
Yeah.
And maybe, like we've seen in the first round of the year in the competition, 7 under, he can go low. The mental side of things we spoke about, and thank you again for a lot of the comments on last week's episode. Even from my perspective, I was sat there this is really good. This is so interesting, Pete.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
My dad made a comment about how much he found it interesting and all this. It was great. So if he can take that into open qualifying this year with the golf that we're seeing right now and maintain that, because it's not far away.
Yeah.
In the reality of things, it's only start middle of July, I think, June. So it's not long.
Yeah, wow, actually, that's really soon.
There's probably 3 or 4 major events that Pete's got coming up in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Playing in the majors.
Yeah, he's into the PGA. That's going to obviously stand him up in good stead. And even before last year, he was playing good golf leading into open qualifying. It's just that extra hurdle of taking on that challenge again. So hopefully this year we'll see more of the same. And hopefully in about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes time, we'll know how well he's done today, because he's elusive at the minute. At the minute, he's level par.
Exactly.
We just don't know.
Maybe he's pulled out.
Just didn't fancy it.
Wait, he teed off like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, well, his playing partner's on 14, so we know he's close to the end.
He's on hole 14.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah,
anyway, I'll put it in. If it's when I'm editing this, I'll go back through and put in what his actual score is.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, so the Manchester Open, which happened at Didsbury Golf Club, was 2 rounds, and Sam filmed it and is editing it. We went and watched him come in on the second round. Mm-hmm. The course, not great.
No.
So sorry about this, Didsbury Golf Club, but they had a temporary first hole. The 14th or the 14th was shut, so they had to go round and play the first as the 18th. Mm-hmm.
18th as the 17th. Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was a massive 150 pros.
Yeah, and the prize money was like thousands of pounds.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And they, in another way of looking at it, they did what they could to get the event on.
Listen, they did.
They looked
best.
after everyone well. It is what it is. After sort of taking in these first couple of events and sort of seeing how Pete's getting on, do you think we are seeing a new Peter Finch in competitions?
I don't think it's a new Peter Finch, but I do think he has renewed his mindset on what it takes to play good golf. So the quest for the Open stuff from last time, where he kind of worked on his mental game, I didn't think was going to take hold. I thought we would make the episode and he would, do all the things that we needed him to do for the episode. And then he would kind of go back to his old talking to himself angrily and, not following his process. But in fact, what he's done is make some real changes, which I think are going to set him up really well for success this year in competitions. What do you think?
I agree. I think that what he used to do was go through these journeys and processes of learning something, whether that's a change in his swing, whether it's a mental approach, whether someone's told him something which he's taken in and gone, that's really interesting, I'm going to try do that. And then after 2 weeks, doesn't do that. This year, it seems that he has decided that he has to implement something, especially from the mental side of things, into his competition rounds. And we saw it firsthand the other day. And Sam said the same when he filmed 2 full rounds with him. He has done that. And that's something that we've not necessarily seen before. He's obviously got a great golf swing. He's obviously got a good golf game and can play good golf. But can his brain allow him to do that? Originally, the answer was no. Now I'm starting to think like it could be yes, which is obviously a big change. So I guess the answer is, yeah, we are seeing a new Peter Finch, because it's not what he used to do before, which is exciting.
A new version of the same old Peter Finch with like upgraded
it's just an upgrade.
software.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a Mac OS update.
Mac OS Finch.
There you go.
Lovely.
That does sound like it would be one, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. Well, actually, do they have Finches in California? Because they're all based on things in
California.
California.
Like Sequoia and Monterey.
Good one.
What was your favourite?
I went to the Apple store, so I can go for weeks on which one's I'll tell you which one was my least favourite.
Yeah, what was
High Sierra.
Is that not?
Yeah, it was the first time they brought out APFS and,
not a good one.
Formatting for hard drives, and it was terrible. It was really mapped really badly, so it didn't go well.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
What did go well?
What working at the Apple store?
Or just in life general?
Have you seen some of the equipment from the Zurich Classic?
I haven't.
Because I want to talk about this.
Okay.
Golf.com did a incredible piece of reporting on the 7 coolest things on show at the Zurich Classic.
Okay.
Not necessarily the golf. The golf was excellent. Well done.
I don't remember being there.
We weren't there.
Oh.
But someone was. And they gathered all this information on these pieces of equipment changes, equipment tweaks that I thought you and I would vibe with on a higher level, because each of these 7 items is something to do with us.
Oh,
how weird.
That's exciting.
That is weird, huh?
I do like a bit of tech.
I do like an equipment. And if you're an equipment head like we are, here we go. So first one straight out the gate. Colin Morikawa's TaylorMade Sim Rocket 3 wood.
Okay.
So this is kind of like the mini driver before the mini driver existed.
Right, yeah, I guess so.
It's like it's very slightly cranked down.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a 14 degree-ish. And it's set up slightly closed so they can, my phone's going bloody mad. What the hell is this? It's set up slightly closed so that he can hit that cut and it still ends up where he wants it to go.
Yeah.
And the reason that I thought this was interesting is because he's not the only one who's using this 3-wood. Victor Hovland also has one in the bag.
Oh, okay.
Very strange. And he won with it at the Valspar.
Yeah.
I have the 7-wood version of this in my bag.
Yeah.
And I'm never taking it out either.
And I have the M6 Rocket 3-wood, which is 15 degrees.
Wow. So the moral of this story is if you find a club that you like, just because a new one comes out, just because something comes along to replace it, it doesn't mean that you have to jump on the new bandwagon. If the old club is working and you vibe with it, continue to vibe with it.
Right, I need to write this down.
Yeah,
somewhere.
can you write that down?
Yeah.
Somewhere?
I'll mentally locked.
Right.
I like this. This is like 7 coolest things, but we're turning it into like 7 things we learn.
7 things we learn. Okay, good. Here we go.
Through, tour players, through what the event took. I like that. That's good.
Good one.
Have you got another one for me?
I have.
Okay.
Number 2, Gary Woodland.
Great guy.
Lovely.
Yep.
Well done, Gary Woodland.
Is that it? Cool.
That's it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Gary Woodland.
Next one.
He was at the... Yeah, no. He has got what I thought was a very Peter Finch style putter in the bag currently. He has got a Scotty Cameron Studio style fastback, which is what Peter has.
Yes, he does.
However, centre shafted, not so good for Peter Finch.
Yeah, but he did have a lab.
He did have a lab. However, they, in my opinion, this is the next step before they get to zero torque.
Yeah.
Which sounds bloody good. Does it not?
Hey, you're speaking to a lab user. I understand.
Yeah.
Game recognizes game. I get it.
Yeah.
No, you got a picture of it up here. Maybe we'll chuck it up. But I'm not a big. It's hard for me to. It's weird. 'Cause I'm not a big centre shafted guy either.
No.
But for some reason in the labs, I can sort of get by.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is.
You can see past it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because it's the black into the black. Maybe it's the silver into. I don't know. Maybe it's just because the back of the putter is just kind of a bit rank anyway. Right. So you just take it in as just it's all a bit messy.
It's it doesn't matter.
Whereas with the Scotty, you look down at the Scotty, it's like, oh, that's really nice and pretty. But you've moulded and welded this shaft in the middle of it. Yeah, so which is really messing the top line up.
Yeah, there's no word whether this putter is actually zero torque yet. But it kind of, from what we're seeing, it looks like they're on the road to maybe having a prototype ready zero torque Scotty Cameron. Peter Finch could use one.
Hey, look, everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing it.
Everyone is doing it. And it wouldn't be a surprise if they went the exact same way. Yeah, it's just, can people do it as well as Lab have? That's the hard part.
Lab have done a great job of, marketing their putters and getting them in a lot of people's hands.
One of the things I think people are under... people that haven't realised with the Lab stuff is that, and we've seen this with Callaway, is Callaway bought their own version out, and if you've not seen it, it literally looks like the Lab. Oh. They've basically taken the shape of what the DF3 and even, I guess, the 2.1 was and created their own putter with it.
Yes, they have.
It's centre shafted as well. It's all the same. The only difference is, and this is where Lab have slightly got people, and I think when people haven't used Labs and want to use them, or they're thinking of this Callaway one and things to take note of, is that they have a patent on the press grip.
Yes.
On the Lab putters. So when you put the ball and you put the putter ball behind the ball for alignment and you're getting set up, you don't have to apply any forward press, or you don't have to really change much with your hands. So you're just still hitting it, and you're not getting any launch, any funny, up and downs, anything like that. Mm-hmm. And
it's you can lock your wrists in place.
Exactly. And as for some people, seeing that and having that forward press automatically won't be nice. And I understand that, it's just how people perceive it. But at the same time, if you go and buy that Callaway putter, you're going to have to probably change things in your technique and change things in the way you set up behind the ball before you hit a putt to use it properly. Whereas Lab have created this putter which is insanely easy to just swing back and swing through, and you can theoretically just grip it and you're fine.
Yep.
So
this is my question.
okay.
Peter Finch has been using a beautiful Scotty Cameron fastback since we signed that deal with Titleist. It is working okay for him.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Does Peter Finch need to get a new putter? Because all the comments are saying that he needs to find a zero torque putter. What do you think?
Yes. I don't like it, but he has putted better. I will give him the benefit of the doubt.
He has been working on it.
When he started with it off, I was concerned. I didn't love it. I filmed a couple of rounds, and when he got the putter in the hand, I was getting a little bit nervous. I was a bit worried. But he's coming around on it. But I think that he just got into such a great rhythm and worked so well with the company that I've said way too many times and will not be named anymore, but it's 3 letters in a line. I think if they come out with like a zero torque option, like we've mentioned, it would work so well for him. I think he'd find a real nice balance between the two, with the beautiful look of a Scotty Cameron and the technology and the advancing and all that kind of stuff with the zero torque option. So, Scotty, if you can hear me, please make it. And also, Titleist, give him a Circle T. He wants a Circle T. Give it to him.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he has been working on it hard.
He has.
I think we have been seeing some positive progress from Peter Finch on the greens, and it's coming in the videos you're about to watch. Could he do with a zero torque putter? Potentially. Mm-hmm. Every little helps.
Every little helps.
There we go. Speaking of very little things that help, did you see Camilo Villegas has these grips now, which have, well, I think he's had them for a while, but they've got lines on them.
Yeah.
Which apparently are like very small grooves, and it tells you where your finger, like you'll feel it in the like gaps of between your fingers.
Okay. Which
means that your like alignment is pretty much like your grip is the same every time.
So you can sort of feel where you need to put your hands, and that means then they're just going to go on the same time every time.
Yeah.
You know what? I love that.
Oh, yes, please.
Where do I buy them?
Well, actually, they're created by Dr. Lanny Johnson.
Oh, yeah. I'll give him a message.
Yeah. But they're actually by a company called Synapse Groove Golf Grips.
Okay.
So they look like an MCC, basically.
They do, yeah. Yeah, you've just pulled a picture up there. Yeah, They do look very MCC. But I love that.
Yeah.
Because it's like the that training sort of aid thing you can buy where it is like a grip which literally does have sort of hand mold.
Which I keep seeing on TikTok, which is like, if Scotty Scheffler's using one, you should also be using one.
Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, everything, sometimes with golf, obviously, we really do overcomplicate things, but sometimes a lot of it can come down to the grip. Like if your grip is off, a lot of things can go wrong.
Scheffler says that the things he works on the driving range most are grip and setup.
Yeah.
Which is that's before you even hit the bloody ball.
He's not even hit the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Grip is very important.
Grip is very important. However, this one got me in the heart.
Yeah, this is a bit of you,
This got me right in the soul. Jake Knapp has a custom Mighty Ducks driver shaft in play. So he's sponsored by Anaheim Ducks.
Oh, okay.
And recently has put into play a Project X Hazardous T1100TX70G shaft.
Any more letters?
Any more letters? HDMI PS5 in his TaylorMade driver. QI35 driver. Not only is it in Anaheim Mighty Ducks colors, but it also says Quack on it halfway down. Excellent. Any Mighty Ducks fans in the comments, please put down below your favorite Mighty Ducks quote and your favorite character. Mine would be Averman. Love that guy. Or Goldberg. You ever watch Mighty Ducks?
No.
You like American sports. How have you not watched?
I know. Maybe that needs to go on my homework for this weekend.
Oh my God, they're 3 great films.
There's 3?
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3, bruv.
All right.
Yeah, they're really good.
Am I getting them done in a day?
Oh yeah, they're short. They're Disney.
They're like hour and a half.
Yeah, they're really short.
Okay, nice.
And
they're Disney.
Oh,
right. I've got Disney Plus. That's fine.
And America wins. So USA. Is that? Oh my God. Duck, quack, 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 quack. Oh, that's so good. Joel Damon's golf bag. It looks like a catcher's mitt.
It does look like a catcher's mitt.
It's made by the same people, Marucci, who are the people who
Marucci.
No, Marucci. Spelled differently.
Okay.
Make baseball gloves. And Gino was carrying this around. Do you reckon he's the only caddy on the tour who's carrying a stand bag?
Probably. I mean, that
Must be much lighter.
Yeah, oh yeah, but he loves it. And he doesn't have to worry about it falling over when he puts it down, and, you know.
There we go.
What? Yeah.
Why don't more players have stand bags? Less space for advertising, I imagine.
Probably.
From these. Yeah, God.
Not as many pockets, though.
Yeah,
They need to carry a lot of stuff.
they do.
But
I didn't know that sometimes they have like spare shoes, rain gear.
I'll be like looking
Change
at my
of
play, I'll be
clothes.
like,
Come on
Come on
bruv.
now.
Let's be honest.
do we need that?
Do we need 9 bananas?
I've woken up this morning, I've got a little bit of a crick in my neck.
Yeah.
Does that extra weight from those size 14 Nikes that you've got in there,
No.
is that going to help me? No,
Get
it's
rid
not.
of them. Yeet them. I actually looked at myself in the mirror the other day, and I've realised that I actually am slightly lopsided from carrying my golf bag.
Nice.
So I think I don't even have 14 clubs in my bag, and my bag is too heavy. So I don't do something like
Are you not at trolley thoughts yet?
Were you about to say age? You were about to say trolley age,
Yeah.
weren't you? You're about to say you're not a trolley age.
I'll be honest, it did come into my head, but I wasn't going to say it. I just mean, like, have you had that thought yet?
Oh my God, do you have a filter? Because I don't have one of those. Yes, I have. It's on my list. Stuart.
Oh, you're going to the top.
Yeah. Well, only the best.
Yeah.
Actually, Stuart used to do, I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to do one that wasn't powered, which was just a pushy boy. I'll take one of those.
Okay.
That'd be great. I'd love a golf trolley. I don't want to have to carry it.
I'm not. It's almost, for me, I'm 27 years old. I should be carrying my golf bag.
Why?
I don't know.
Why make the game more difficult for yourself?
Yeah.
When you get to like
17, 18.
when you get to 16, 17, 18, you're like, oh, I'm kind of tired.
Yeah.
Imagine if you didn't have to carry anything.
I know.
I don't want to get beat in a comp by someone who has a trolley because I don't have one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's 35 quid
It's
bar
like,
tab
it's like when you play in a
on
buggy.
the line.
Like when you're in a buggy, you know, like you're fresh on 17,
Oh
18.
my God, you feel great.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe I need to
why
think about it.
golfers don't carry their own bags.
Maybe it's not bad practice that you do this on different days, but maybe for like competition rounds that I get a trolley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, should we announce the competition that we're playing in? We could say it right here.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I don't think we've said anything.
We
yet,
haven't
have
said anything.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's do
we're
it.
on all the sponsorship for it.
Let's do it.
The Rough Cut Golf Podcast are going to go and play in a Springfield golf event. We are going down to the Players Club in Bristol.
Correct.
Just outside Bristol, actually, I believe.
Double correct.
Double correct. And a team of 4 from the Rough Cut Golf Podcast are going to turn up and absolutely bully it to death.
Absolutely.
We have to get handicaps,
We do.
which I have.
I have a CDH number and I have a handicap. I'm just need to reinstate it, basically.
Okay.
So I'm good to go.
David's is good.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
Kieran,
me, you, Kieran, and David.
most likely. Yeah.
Peter Finch, probably not allowed to play because he's a pro.
he's
So
not
it's
allowed.
an amateur tour and we're amateurs and we're going to turn up and have a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't remember how many. It's maybe like sort of 10, 11, 12 different separate events throughout the year.
Yep.
And then it's the top 6 from each event then gets into the final, which is at Bow Desert in September time, I think.
Yeah.
But the event...
The same weekend as the Ryder Cup, I thought.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But the event that we're playing in, it's a 2-day event, Stapleford for both rounds.
That's very good.
And the Players Club that we're playing at, they have 2 different courses. I think it might actually be 3 different
I think
courses.
we might have 3 courses.
But we're playing different ones on different days.
Yeah. We're playing the long one the first day.
Yeah, and the
Trolley required.
Yeah, short one,
Shorter
pencil bag.
shorter one, just 7-iron, wedge and putter.
I think the first hole's like 90 yards.
Oh, God, what a dream.
Still missed the green.
Yeah, so we're going to go and play in that Springfield event. If you're around, come and watch. If you,
I was going to say, unlike Pete's rounds, you're not allowed to come
Yeah,
watch. No, you coming down and say
yeah,
hi.
come and watch. It is on the 25th and the 26th of May.
That sounds about right.
That's correct, I think.
Okay.
I booked it.
It's on that bank holiday weekend.
It's the Sunday and then the Monday of
Yeah.
the bank holiday weekend at the end of May. Come and watch. If you want to play in it, come and play in it. I believe there's
Yeah, go. But there's not
loads
just
of those
Bristol.
events.
Go anywhere.
Come and play in one of those
Have a look.
events.
It should be good fun.
See us using our new trolleys because we're old and we need them in order to play our best golf.
I think it's a great idea because, like, obviously, the professional game is the professional game, and that's where most competitions will lie.
Yeah.
But this is a proper, like, they're taking it seriously. Like, this is a really, really well organised, well set up event, multiple events. That if you're an amateur, you want to go and taste that feeling of, going and winning a competition. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
I'm really excited. I've been grinding hard.
You have been. I have not.
Now, the reason that I asked you to bring in those 2 clubs that you brought in this morning for me,
Oh, yeah.
which was the original one TaylorMade Mini Driver and the Mini Driver 300,
Yep.
which came out just before the Burner and the Burner 2.
Yep.
This one is TaylorMade's new Mini Driver, which Carl Phillips, who's a rookie,
Been doing very well.
he's been doing excellent. He took out, at RBC Heritage, he took out his actual driver and put a Mini Driver in the bag,
Yeah.
which is right up my street,
No, I
because
love
that's
that.
exactly what I did.
And that course is perfect for that.
Oh,
I
don't,
can
need to be long.
completely understand why. And it looks great. That R7 quad, that TaylorMade, they've done an excellent job of just scratching the sort of nostalgic part of the brain that to all these people that grew up with the original Burner and doing that again.
Yeah.
The R7 now, like everyone is a sucker for it.
Yeah,
And they've marketed it great and it looks great.
yeah.
And they just keep reeling us in.
They do.
And they just make us want to get the next one and the next one.
However, we do have a little bit of not news, but like an update for people about the golf bags of the team. We're going to get fitted for new drivers
We are.
at Titleist,
We are.
and which is going to be so sick. And the Mini Driver just arrived in the office,
It did.
and I think I want one,
You do.
and I think you want one.
I do.
Are you going to get one as well?
I need to learn to hit the driver.
Why?
I just do. Like, I'm never. I can hit that fine. I know I can. The Mini Driver, it's all right. But with aspirations of wanting to be a really good golfer,
Yeah.
I can't. I need to be able to hit the driver,
Yeah, but what if you can hit a Mini Driver like 280?
but I can't. That's the problem.
Yeah, so
I
but
can
that's
only
not
hit the big driver 280 if I learn how to hit it properly.
Yeah, okay.
With the Mini Driver, like the best I can get it out to is like 240, 250,
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm. That's
which
I
is
think
like
that's what I'm averaging off the tee.
which is basically that Rocket 3 wood for me. So it's kind of like I'm in that position now. Because I'm really struggling with the Mini Driver, and I think probably a lot of people who think about this club, even though it looks great and swanky, it's hard to fit into the bag unless you do something like what Tommy's done, where he basically it's his 3 wood,
Yeah.
but then he also hits it a lot off the tee. I haven't really tested it or tried it and hit it that much off the deck because I like my 3 wood and I don't really want to take it out. But I've basically got 2 clubs that are kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, I don't have a 3 wood, so that problem is solved for
Exactly.
me. I've
So
gone
it's-
Mini Driver 7, Mini Driver 2 iron 7
Yeah.
wood.
So you're not really worrying too much about having 2 things doing the same job. Whereas at the minute for me, like I've got a little bit of an issue at the top of the bag, which I'm trying to resolve by getting fit for a new Titus driver.
Yeah.
And then I can keep my 3 wood. And I think I'll get there, and I think it will be fine. And I played around a golf in Arizona where I started hitting the driver quite well. So I'm excited.
And you used a tip which was available now on SwingQuest. So if you want to go to the SwingQuest channel and check out the driver tip that Jacob utilized to drive the ball much better and much straighter. It just came out on the SwingQuest channel. It's the most recent one, so
check
go
it
and
out.
watch it. It's really,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good. Now, Jacob, this one really got to me because I believe these are the same irons that you have.
Which irons are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Nike Vapor Pro irons. Rookie Paul Peterson started playing these irons last year, 5 through 9. And his caddy told golf.com that they even have a load of backup sets.
Nice.
Because he likes them that much. So Nike have been out of the golf game equipment game for 10-ish years. I know Kepco still has a 2-iron in there, maybe even a 3-iron. Finau's still got an old 3-iron. These irons are beautiful.
Yeah.
What was your problem with them? Why are they not in your bag right now? Because you got them.
Yeah. So
and
mine
then
are,
you shelved them
mine
immediately.
are slightly different to these because mine are the combo set.
Okay.
So unaware of, if anyone is not unaware of what combo sets kind of usually entail, the higher ended clubs, your sort of 4, 5, 6 iron will sort of look a little bit more like a sort of muscle back, something that's going to help you a little bit more.
Yep.
And then as further down you get in the bag, the club heads naturally will, but they in this regard get a little bit smaller, and they're a little bit more thinner top line, bit more bladey, but not massively in this regard. Just because there should be more of your scoring clubs, and you can have a little bit more control and a bit more shape and things like that.
Got you.
I love them. I love the look of them. They're in great nick. Golf Bidder, thank you so much for allowing me to buy them off you. The only issue is that they are in X100 shafts.
So they're extra stiff.
They're extra stiff, and I use S300 shafts, dynamic golds. So if I wanted to use them to their full effect and for me, then I need to get them reshafted. It's basically the short story.
Or swing much faster.
But I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable in my stiff shafts. I don't, I'm not Peter Finch.
Yeah, that guy's.
I don't lift 300 pounds in the gym. I
don't know if you've noticed, but
also, when I say pounds, I'm not American.
Yeah, who are you?
I will be looking into getting them reshafted very soon.
Okay.
And
I'd love to see them in the bag.
I do want to put them in the bag. Yeah, I do want to put them in the bag.
They're great.
So hopefully, Pete, pay me a little bit more, and then I can afford to do it.
Or we need to get a shaft sponsorship.
Yeah. Fujikura.
Fujikura, let us know.
Would you like dynamic gold? Talk to me.
Talk to us. I'll have what's the wedge flex one?
Yeah.
S3.
KBS.
Yeah, one of those. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll have all of it. Right, I'm going to go to Portugal now.
Right now.
Yeah, correct. And you're going to go and finish.
Home.
You're going home.
Well,
you need to go and finish your edit.
I do.
Oh my God, we haven't told people that Pete's clubs didn't turn up on the first day in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Jacob made a video. Basically, we had a video planned for when we got to Arizona. And when the clubs didn't arrive, yes, you had to think on your feet.
We scrambled. we landed at like 11 a.m, 12, something like that, in midday, and we had a tea time at Troon the next day, and Pete had no clubs.
Excellent.
And I'd been sat on the plane planning out this whole video, and then it just completely blew. I was like, what do I do now? So this video is not only a combination of Pete finally playing that round, but you seeing what the hell we did to try and get him ready to play a round of golf on our first day in Arizona, and that'll be out tomorrow. So it was good fun.
God,
Slightly stressful, but good fun.
Very stressful. But there also were some treats brought back from that trip, which are lined up in the office on the other side. But we'll talk to you about that next time on the Rough Cut Golf Podcast. We're done. I'm going to go to Portugal. You're going to go and finish your edit. Go and download NordVPN, nordvpn.com/roughcut. Let's just check one more time whether Peter's updated his score. He has not. And it looks as if, Phil Kelly's right up the top again.
They're on the 16th.
They're on the 16th.
17th
So,
time. Yeah.
Good Lord, they have.
Okay, we'll see. We shall see.
We'll see what he's up to.
Also, just a very quick one before we go.
Yeah.
Next Monday is a bank holiday again.
Oh, yeah.
So are we going to... the podcast could be out on Wednesday? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it could be. Unless we do one from Portugal.
Yeah, we'll keep you informed.
Yeah, we'll let you know. Something might happen. Something might not. And if it doesn't come out on Tuesday, it'll come out on Wednesday.
Sounds good. But thank you for listening. Thank you, Mick, again. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Love talking to you.
Where'd you get your jumper from?
I think this is a little Zara number, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, where did I get this from?
I don't know. Who was it from?
It's, it says Rough Cut on it. And you can't buy it. Prototype. Okay, bye everyone.
See ya.
See you later.